advisory and financial planning services are offered through Simplicity Wealth LLC and SEC Registered Investment Advisor. SEC registration does not constitute nor endorse of the firm, nor does it indicate that the advisor has attained a particular level of skill nor ability. Investing involves risk of loss. Insurance, consulting, and education services offered through Diamond Life Planning is a separate and unaffiliated entity from Simplicity Wealth. This information is provided as a general information and is not intended to be specific financial guidance. Before you make any decisions regarding your personal financial situation, you should consult a financial or tax professional to discuss your individual circumstances and objectives.
Welcome to the Rock My Finances show on K4HD Radio and Talk4 TV, where we put the fun in finance. Join Powerhouse Jennifer Jose, CDFA, CMC, and Private Wealth Advisor, as she collaborates with you to create clarity, control, and confidence with your money, your way. It's not about the zeros, so what is it all about? Let's find out. Now here's your host and weekly friend, Jennifer Jose.
Welcome back to another spectacular episode of Rock My Finances. Today is going to be so fun. I have one of my favorite people on this planet today with us. And she is going to talk a little bit about when we're making our financial decisions and when we're making decisions in our life, is it our adult badass self or is our little girl? Is it our little 5-year-old running the show? So welcome, Miss Staci Smith. Miss Staci Speaks Hope. Hey girl, how you doing?
Hello, how are you?
Really good, really good. I love this. So Staci and I go way back. And so
Wait.
Yeah, way back. Yeah. Can you believe how long it's been already? My goodness.
No.
It's been a long time. So she is so amazing. I want to talk about several different things here today, but we're just going to dive right on in. So Miss Staci Speaks Hope. She is an amazing coach and she helps women get out of their own way, basically finding their self-worth, their confidence, and finding out that their inner child is actually influencing our decisions and helps you heal from that. So you can actually be your badass self that you are now as this adult woman showing up. Does that sound about right, Staci?
That is spot on, Jennifer.
I love it. Okay, so when you say your little girl is still running your show, what does that really mean?
What that means is the beliefs that you internalized about yourself, your worth, what you're allowed to experience, your happiness ties back to something that happened or a series of things that happened in your childhood, in your early first 7-ish years for the most part, but there are things that happen later, but there's messages that are dropped about if I am told to be quiet, then my voice doesn't matter. If I can never have what I want, then I think I'm not allowed to. I'm not allowed to experience joy or just really having my heart's desires.
And do we always know what those experiences are?
No. That's where I come in. As a hope empowerment coach, I help women identify. I call them lies, but they're the seeds that are planted in our little hearts that send us a message of our value, about our identity, that keep us out of fulfilling our joy. The freedom that I talk about, I got some, even just to hone in on it, it's a level of joy that is complete joy. That when you say that, you know, there it is. If my joy is complete, then I want for nothing. I don't think I'm less than. I don't question my worth. I don't question my value. I don't question my voice. And I'm allowed, you look at little girls. They walk around, if life has been safe for them, without a care in the world. Just whatever they want to do, whatever they're curious about, with an unashamed, unabashed energy. And we learn to shrink, to play small, to go in a corner and sit down. That mentality extends into our finances and what we think we want. We don't even dream after a while. And you can't dream, you can't have big things if you don't dream.
Yeah, that's so true. I love that. And we can all see and hear you and how passionate you are about this, because I know you've been excavating your little girl for many, 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 many years and coming to this place where you're at now to be able to help everyone else. And all of us. I mean, I don't think I've ever met any woman that doesn't need some help in our empowerment and healing our little girl. I mean, I've been doing it for years as well. And she still shows up so many times. Like this weekend, I was entertaining at my house and I was like, wow, I cannot believe that my little girl is right here. Like, it's like, what are you doing, girl? You've entertained for a million years. Like, what are you worried about? What's going on? And it was literally everything that you just said, my value, my voice, my worth. Like it was all being tied up in this one evening of entertaining. Like, it was just like, oh, little girl, I can't believe you're even feeling that way. So I love this. I love this. So let me ask you this. When it shows up, like I noticed it because I've been doing this work and stuff, but if it's someone that doesn't know you, haven't been coached by you, doesn't know this work, how would they realize?
The ways that she shows up really is in the level of control that we must have about things. We often go into defense mode. We're ready to fight. We have walls around our hearts and we want to protect people around us. We also can be very much people pleasers to the point we lose our own identity. We don't even know who we are because we adjust to every situation because we want peace. But then we lose pieces of ourselves along the way as we do that. So there's a level of, she looks very capable. She has to be the best. She overworks, overperforms, performing for love because we don't think we can just be loved by showing up. What an epiphany that can be. And what freedom from striving, because we're exhausted, we're burnt out, we're frustrated with the people that we have assumed taking care of because we felt like that was what we had to do or was our role. I do a little girl games quiz and it's playing hide and seek. You go, I'm going to be invisible. Those ladies in the back that are invisible, but really have a lot to say. There's taking care of everybody else. There's the shapeshifter. That's the one that I'm going to be the chameleon. And the one that just wants to be busy constantly. Because if I sit still, I'll actually have to feel those feelings. We can relate.
Absolutely. Shut up. Stop talking about me.
But when it came to my finances, if you hadn't helped me feel so safe, because all our little girl is doing as a woman is wanting to feel safe and to feel loved. And whatever it takes to do that, even if it's running ourselves ragged. Because if I do it myself, I know it'll be done. If I trust anybody else because people have failed me, trust is a big thing. Taking risks is a huge thing because we have to hold on to every little thing to control the outcome.
Oh, you're so right. The control word, the C world, right? And we do all want to feel in control of our money and our lives. And let me see, my 3 C's are control, confidence, and being able to have clarity around your money. And this weekend, my little girl showed up. You would not believe the lists I printed off. Chat and I were chatting. What time do I do this? What time dude, I've been entertaining my entire life. And I don't know why this time my little girl was forefront. Like I had to have it all dialed in. I changed my recipes a few times. I was on my hands and knees cleaning the floors and in the corners behind the couch. And like, it was so ridiculous. I enjoyed it all, but I went overboard on the control. You are 100% correct. And I knew it. My little girl's here. I'm controlling it. And I do the same thing when you said, stay busy. My calendar is jam-packed when I don't want to feel something. And I don't know that. Like I'm running from something. And my mom's in a care facility. She's 93, badass self. And I went to go see her, and she wasn't feeling that well that day. And I bawled all the way home, like, oh my gosh, she is not going to be here forever. And it's because I've been busy, and I haven't felt any of it. So it's going to hit us no matter what. So I love that you get out in front of it and you educate women on what's happening here. So when you are running yourself ragged, when you are taking way more control, like in my kids' lives, I do the same thing over my life. When we're trying to do too much, that's kind of telling us that we're not feeling safe. Like you said, we're just not feeling safe. I love that. Not speaking up, staying stuck, fear of disappointing others. Okay. So my core wound is nailed it. Not worthy, right? I have to be perfect, on time, and badass, or I'm just not worthy. So when we're not feeling good enough, even when we're doing everything right, what is that coming from?
It comes from the initial deposit of before that. I always try to get women to go back to, who were you before that happened? I can name my before that happened because it was an incident at school.
Tell me.
For how I looked, being the only Black child in school. One day I was happily content playing by myself, and some older boys saw me from the upper playground and just started yelling and cussing at me. And I say it rocked me to my core, because I wasn't even looking at them, talking to them, thinking about them. I didn't do anything. And then I was just wrong for being me. And that continued when I went to another school. I was wrong for being me with the Black kids, because they said I was a Black girl on the outside and a white girl on the inside. And I didn't even know what they were talking about. But because of my diction and the way that I spoke. So there I was in these crosshairs of, well, who am I? What is it? What does it take? So I learned to be tough because I was physically bullied. I stood up for myself over the top. So I was crazy angry, and that carried on until my 50s. And then when I found out that rage was still there, that's what really made me dig into where's that coming from. But that seed of you just being you, Staci, is not good enough.
Yeah.
And that is tremendously impactful and hurtful. And to the point, Jennifer, that sense of rejection was so strong that my body carried that until my body actually rejected my kidneys. And thank God a stranger offered me a kidney, and I had a transplant almost 18 years ago. In July, it'll be 18 years. But that was I'm a woman of faith, and that was a move of God that was unexplainable.
Like, how did you meet this? Like, because I have a friend that now has to go on to the donor list.
My sister knew her best friend, and her husband, when they were dating, had given a kidney to his father. So she said, I want to do this for a single mother, having been a single mother when she was exposed to this. And she watched her father-in-law go from near death to full life, exuberant, energetic, healthy. And she said, hey, I want to do that. And she didn't do it right away, but it just lined up and everything matched. And it's perfect. That's my kidney sister.
Yeah. And you've met her?
Oh, we've spent lots of time together, and our families are connected, and it was beautiful. She was just on a podcast telling our story.
Oh, good. So you guys check out Staci's podcast as well, so you can hear the story as well. Oh, I love that. So let me ask you, you found this rage and this anger, and you took the step to check it out, which I think we all do that, but something has to happen first, right? For us to trigger that. So tell me, for our listeners out there, what's a couple things they can do to try to heal their little girl besides hire Staci as an empowerment coach?
The first thing I do a challenge with people to just try to remember her. It's like kittens, little girls go and hide. If what caused the pain was so great, and to just know that she needs to know that she's safe and loved. Whether it's sometimes it's journaling. I give just journaling prompts to just say, hey, little girl, are you there? I love you. You can come out. I'm going to keep you safe because you don't have to be in charge anymore. And to give her the release of that, and also to honor that little girl was amazing to stand up and take whatever control she did at that time. She said, if nobody else is going to take care of me, I'm going to hide. I'm going to stand up. I'm going to be strong. I'm going to fight, whatever it is, to bring that sense of safety, that sense of wholeness and protecting. And I think honoring her rather than being ashamed of her, forgiving yourself for whatever the situation was. I had to forgive myself for being weak or appearing to be weak, that somebody would want to continue to bully me. Different people. There's that target. Like, what do I walk around with? That I'm a target for bullies.
Yeah.
So just being loving and curious with her, like any other little girl. If you saw a little girl crying on the street, what would you do? You'd run up to her and hug her and tell her she was okay. Do the same thing for yourself.
Which means taking time with her, right?
Yes. And it's okay. Tell her she wasn't bad or wrong.
I love that. Journaling, talking to her, spending time with her. So in the money aspect of things, I do the same thing, right? Because I know the little girl's running your money thing, which Staci's been with me and through my program and everything. So I love where we have spend times to play games or whatever the little girl wants. I mean, we have, I had a client that played with Barbies, and I had another one that had a tea party with all of her stuffed animals. For me, it's Jacks. Like, I just bought Jacks a couple months ago and went over, took some to my daughter's house to sit on the floor and play Jacks. I was surprised. I couldn't get through all 6, but I was surprised how well I did. But just playing games and cards and stuff for my little girl. What do you do with your little girl when you want to spend time with her?
Coloring is a big one.
Love that. Love coloring.
And I love being outside. So being out in nature. I was a tomboy, so hiking, sitting by water, and then I'll write. I used to sit by this little meadow and just write and pray, even as a little girl, just to have that time to just, we're okay. Let's just take in nature. But journaling is huge, to just give her a voice, let her say what she wishes she had said.
Oh, that's good. What she wishes she had said. Yeah, because I mean, kids are seen and not heard. Like, we all kind of grew up with that. So, and then little girls have to be nice. Well,
yes. And when you weren't, you were that little girl.
I was always that little mouthy broad. Yeah.
Right.
All right. We have about 5 minutes left. So I want you to be able to impart anything that you would like to impart in this. And I definitely love everything that we're saying here. So what would you say to women right now who feel like stuck right now and they're just not quite sure why? Where would they start?
In general, they would start by honoring the woman they are and acknowledging that the skills that she has are a result of a response to something that her little girl needed at that time. Ask your little girl what she needs from you to feel safe and to feel loved. And just listen. Yeah. That stillness and listening. She's wise. I have a journal. I have a quiz. There's things that I do to help guide people along the way. But in your just self, to even be ready to do that work. That's the other part of it, is people might think of their little girl and they think, oh, that was a horrible time. Oh, that was bad. I was bad. No, you weren't, sweetheart. You were just brave. And you did what you needed to do at the time, whether it was 3, whether it was 5, whether it was 7, something in your brain clicked and said, I need to do this differently. And honor that. How innovative and strong and courageous she was. When you honor that, then you can look at her through different lens, so that you can walk into your joy as the woman you are today, to make the financial decisions, to make the relationship decisions, the career decisions, the retirement decisions. For me, it was like, retire? I get to retire. Yes. Because that, again, in that always striving mode, never entered my mind. I felt
right.
Unsafe.
You were just going head down and going.
And expecting to do so forever. even though I was tired.
Yeah, exhausted. Yeah, for sure.
Right.
So I love that. I love that. Love that. Spend time, slow down with her. Now, I know that what you do is so important. And for me, losing my kids and going through all of this and being able to go back and excavate or just go spend time with my little girl, I needed help to do that. I could not do it by myself. Yes. And that's why I love what you're giving, like, ideas, but also know that we don't have to go by ourselves. Bring a coach, jump on Staci's website, check it out, because it's so much more fun. Like I still even do grief counseling too. Somebody can walk with you on that journey, and you get to introduce your little girl to Staci. Like that's the fun part, because then you can start experiencing that joy that you're speaking so highly of. I so love that. And we need to know that who we are now was shaped by something, and to share that with someone. I love that. I love that.
I mean, when you look that little girl, look yourself in the eyes and you see that little girl. Yeah. You just love her. Tell her she's okay. Because she still needs to hear that. She needs that hug that she didn't get when whatever happened and she had to figure things out on her own. She needs an adult to come along and say, hey, sweetie, let me take your hand. You can go play now. I'm going to take care of you and you're safe.
Yeah. And she's off duty. You can take care of her now.
Exactly.
Yeah. But you got to find her first.
Right.
And feel her. And I love this because I was in therapy for like 10 years, but coaching just speeds things up so much quicker. So I love that. Okay. Let's, as I always say, what's your biggest takeaway from all the work that you've done? What's your departing takeaway that we can give to the listeners?
You are enough. You are equipped. Trust your little girl to tell you the things that will make your grown woman whole and full of joy.
I love that. Grown woman whole and full of joy. And then you can be able to be making your money decisions appropriately. Staci, I love you. You know it. Thank you so much. And let's do this again.
Thank you. I love you too. I'm
all
happy,
right, sweetie. Yes, you too. I want everybody able to see this and say, I rock my finances.
We appreciate you joining us today, and don't forget to subscribe to the Rock My Finances YouTube channel for more engagement and bonus content. Tell me, what is your money story? Let's find out with Jennifer right here on K4HD Radio and Talk 4 TV. It's not about the zero, it's about the F word, feelings. Feelings Jennifer can't wait to explore with you next week. Until then, let's all say, I rock my finances.